Hi, my name is Crystal Quesada, and my game is over equivalent fractions. The grade level for my game is third grade. It could be used third grade and up for grade levels above third grade as well. The TEK for this game is number and operations, TEK 3G, and which it says explain that two fractions are equivalent if and only if they are both represented by the same point on a number line or represent the same portion of a same size whole for an area model. Today we are going to be doing the number line to represent equivalent fractions on the number line for this game. Okay, so the materials needed for this game would be dry erase markers, laminated number lines, 2 for each player, and pencils and notebook paper in case the students do need notebook paper to reduce the fractions or multiply the fractions so they're able to see that they are equivalent to each other. Okay, so to start this game off, it is a 2-player game, and right here I have just a bunch of random fractions. Each fraction has an equivalent fraction that goes along to it, so let me mix this up. Okay, so the teacher will first start the game off by putting these fractions in between the two players, and then from there the teacher will say go, and the students will begin to look for two different fractions that are equivalent to each other. So that's the first step. So for instance, teacher said go. We're looking to see what's okay. The first fraction I'll pick up is, let's say, 1/3. Now I have to find another fraction that's equivalent to 1/3, which would be 3/9. So I say 1/3 is equivalent to 3/9, which it is because 3 goes into itself one time, and then 3 can go into 9 3 times. So 1/3. So after the student or the players select their two fractions that are equivalent to each other, they have a laminated number line, so they're able to easily write on it and then easily able to erase it so they can use this one number line. So after they identify two fractions that are equivalent to each other, they're going to have to do their own number line. So say, okay, 3/9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is going to be the end, so we can ignore that. Okay, so 1, 1, 2. Okay. That's 3/9, and then this one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's 1/3. 1, 2, 3. 2/3. 1, 2, 3. 3/3. And then for this one, I'm looking for 1/3, so it would be right there, which is the exact same as the number line up there. So if I was the first player to get that right, the teacher is going to keep score, and I would get 1 point for that round. This game will be played in multiple rounds, and whoever gets two fractions that are equivalent to each other, and then also correctly do the number line correctly, or mark both points correctly on the number line, will win round 1. And you could do as many rounds, the first one to 3 points, is the winner. I am also going to provide this fraction, the fraction strips, in case these students, they do need that extra assistance, so they're able to see. So this is broken down, the fractions, so they're able to see whether they're equivalent or not. So, for instance, 1/2 would be equivalent to 2/4. They're the exact same, so they're able to have that visual representation to help them out with that. And I will also explain to them at the beginning, in case they are not familiar with what equivalent fractions are, or they just need to be refreshing on what it is. I will, ask them. So these erase pretty easily, but I will ask them those series of questions of what is equivalent fractions, or what does equivalent mean, and allow them to answer that question and give them an example, and then also model from the stack of cards that I have laid out. I'll model one example. So, for example, 8/8 is equivalent to 7/7. It equals to 1 whole. So I'll model that for them at the beginning as well, and then allow them to play the game. And that will conclude the instructions for my game 1.